so much. Thank you. You know, we've heard from some great leaders. We're talking about goals. We're talking about the first of the year. What happens in the first of the year is that everybody sets their New Year's resolutions, right? But I want you to take yourself back in time. Just play a little mental game with me for a second. Go back to 2009. What were your New Year's resolutions? They typically fall in two buckets, health or wealth, okay? And at Ambit Energy, we're working on the wealth side of the house, but the health side of the house is important as well. And then fast forward to 2010 and think about what your New Year's resolutions were then, and 2011 and 2012. And I think what an awful lot of people find is that those New Year's resolutions haven't changed a whole lot. You know, they haven't changed a whole lot because there were hopes and dreams. There weren't goals. There were hopes and dreams, there weren't goals. In other words, there was a definition around an executable plan to take a hope and a dream and turn it into a goal that could change your financial future. And that's the opportunity that Ambit Energy offers each and every one of you. You see, a goal has to have three main components. Number one is it's got to be measurable. Number two, there has to be a time frame attached to it. And if you're about losing weight, you know, you're pretty good at that. When in the next X number of months, I'm going to lose 50 pounds or whatever it is. But it's the third one that's a gotcha, and that's accountability. Ray Monty did such a great job talking about accountability. Who are you accountable to? You know, I talk all the time. If any of you have seen my business card, it's a little mirror. And I open up the flap that has all my contact information on it, and I hand it to somebody. I say, if you want to see the reason for your success or lack of your success, there it is. But if I can help you be successful, give me a call. You see, it's that accountability part that most people leave out because it's not pleasant. When you look back at 09, 10, 11, and 12 and say, I haven't made the progress that I want to make, it's a difficult thing to look in that mirror and say, I'm the reason that didn't happen. It wasn't about the sponsor. It wasn't about the upline. It wasn't about a decision that corporate made. It wasn't about some rate change. It wasn't about Ambit doing something that didn't meet with what you wanted it to be. What it had to do about is how you handled that challenge. What it had to do about is you. And if you don't leave here with anything else, I want you to leave here with this. Keep God first, family second, and then move Ambit Energy up on the list. You see, here's where you are financially, point A. Here's where you want to be in the future, point B. You need a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. Everybody that is listening to this simulcast throughout the United States of America, and hopefully at some year in the future throughout the world, wouldn't that be cool? Everybody has chosen Ambit Energy for their financial vehicle of change. Here's where you are today, here's where you want to be. You've got the vehicle. You know that there are hundreds of millions of people throughout the world that are looking for that vehicle of positive change. You found it. You're in one fraction of 1% of the population of the world that's got the greatest vehicle ever created in the free enterprise system called Ambit Energy. But here's the deal. It's like any other vehicle. You know, if we were out here on the interstate in Dallas and we cordoned off a mile of the interstate and we had a Lamborghini and a Volkswagen, professional drivers both in good working order, who would win the race every single time? Lamborghini, more powerful vehicle, better engineered. We've got a Lamborghini. A lot of you are still looking at it. In other words, if you've got a vehicle of positive change, you've got to get in it. You've got to turn the key on and start it. You've got to put it in gear and you've got to push the accelerator. In other words, you have to take massive positive action. All the positive thought in the world is going to make you a nickel. Do you understand that? Oh, Brian, I'm going to be the next NC in your organization. How many times have I heard that? And I hear it from somebody like John Haas, and I'm a believer. Because I judge people on what they do, not what they say they're going to do. He's out building a massive organization. Hanan Oxenhandler, massive organization, and so many others are building massive organizations. Children's children. When when it's all said and done and there's a portrait of you hanging above the fireplace 3 or 4 or 5 generations from now, are they going to look up and say, that was my great-great-great-grandfather, Brian McClure. He got involved with a company that exploded and revolutionized the deregulation of energy. And everything we have today in this family is because of his hard work and determination. Are they going to look up there and say, not really sure who that is, think we might have bought it in an auction? You see, folks, what I'm here to tell you is that you get to make the determination whether that great-great-great-great-great-grandchild of yours knows who's in that portrait or not. You're going to leave here all sky high. You're going to be floating on air. You're going to be so excited that you can't even see straight. You're going to go conquer the world, and when your feet hit the ground tomorrow, who's going to determine whether the excitement and enthusiasm of the day trans into massive positive action? You see, all the positive thought in the world won't make you a dime. It's only massive positive action. Every single leader that's been on stage that talked about the 5-star trip are starting to share their goals of what Ambit is for them in the next year. All the great leaders that you've heard today and are going to hear in the future, and you are standing in front of the rooms throughout America, are people that took action. They weren't people that thought about it.
Amen. Sorry.
If you keep your God first, your family second, and move Ambit Energy up on the list and quit thinking about it and take massive positive action, what I can tell you is that you'll change your kids' future. And Ray Monty said it so well with his number one thing is, why am I doing Ambit Energy? And if your kid's college fund or retirement of your mortgage or getting out of an apartment into a home or whatever it is, it's your why in Ambit Energy. If that's not strong enough to move you into massive positive action, there's nothing I can say, or Ray can say, or Steve can say, or Philip, or any other great leader in this company can say, except I feel sorry for you. You were at Coca-Cola at the beginning, and you had an opportunity, and you passed. Folks, you are an Ambit Energy in the beginning. This is a blessing from God. And what I can tell you is you'll never get a financial blessing greater than what you've got. And keep in mind that you're in a fraction of a 1% of the people in the world that even know about Ambit Energy, and you're in a fraction of 1% of people that took a bold step forward and got involved in Ambit Energy. But that and $1 here in Dallas will get you on a bus. That and about $5 in New York will get you on a bus, okay? But what I can tell you is, don't think about this. What every leader that presents themselves to you has done is they put it into massive positive action.